right, are we... All right, looks like everything's operational. Hopefully the mic volume is all right. Holy cow, I got that headset turned full bore. One more click, maybe. That sounds like it's going to be too loud. Maybe, maybe not. Are we... All right, well, we're staying in the green. That's a good sign. We're staying in the green. And Kathy's here, first one in the door. How's this microphone? I can't get the, you know what sounds good to me, when I do the playback, holy Christ, is that volume loud. But if I turn it down too much, then it shuts the microphone off. All right, I kicked it down. All right, I'm going to kick it down a little bit. And we'll see how... I'm staying in the green according to my audio mixer, but it always sounds so damn loud when I do the playback. All right, the Ronbo's in the door. Oh, the microphone's in the way of the... I thought I had that set up right. We're in the way of the station identification here. Let me adjust it this way. All right, let's get started. Broadcasting live from station WDWL TV Studio 2A. And it's the Grumpy Old Man, and brought to you by Grumpy Vulture Productions. No bow. No bow. I didn't even look to see what microphone. I just reached under the console in Studio One and pulled out a microphone. And then I couldn't find the mount that I wanted, so I have to use this one tonight. I got microphone mounts all over the place, and you think when I need them, I can find them? No. I hadn't realized that this thing was taking up so much room. What a shitty day today. It rained all day today. I couldn't get nothing done. Although I did write kind of a complaining email to the guy that I bought the HID headlight bulbs, well, the whole kit, because in the ad it says Monster Green, and it shows these really deep green headlights. I install them, and they look like pale mint green. Not happy. So I sent him pictures. And I told him the lights on the outboard side are the green LED daytime running lights. Your lights on the inboard side are not monster green. They should match the color of the daytime running lights according to your picture. They don't. I don't know if I got a bad set of bulbs or what, but... And then Volkswagen uses the stupidest clips to hold bulbs in. You know, like with Ford and GM, you push and you turn to lock the bulb. Not with Volkswagen. You have these two little things that look like tweezers. You push them together, and it's got a little cage. You pull it back, you put the bulb in, you put the little cage back in, and it's a bitch to get the two ends into the little locking tabs. What a stupid setup. But they're in there. So, let's see what this guy has to say. You know, a friend of mine has got one of these, what the hell is it called? Wander Lodge. A Wander Lodge motorhome. It's a big fucking bus. It's like, what is it, 40? I think it's 43 feet. Cost him like $300,000. Now, he's got money. He can afford it. When he told me, with tax and license and everything, it was like $302,410. And it's used. It's not new. That cured me real fast of wanting one of these big motorhomes. Fun to drive, because I have driven one. Several years ago, what the hell? Why did we... There was a insurance conference in Columbus. And we were all bitching about having to drive our company cars. The gas didn't cost us anything, but we were all bitching about having to drive down there. Not me, everybody else. So I think it was the vice president, he rented one of these big motorhomes. And he says, everybody can go to Columbus and back in style. So he goes, who wants to drive it? Me! Have you ever driven one before? No. I said, I've driven a semi. Close enough. I'll tell you what. There is nothing like sitting in a lazy boy recliner driving down the freeway. That thing was amazing. It handled like a car. It was unbelievable. Had a big Detroit diesel engine in the back. And I mean, this was a regular motorhome. Couches, recliners, refrigerator. Well, there was nothing in it. Well, yeah, it was full of pop and water. So I had a good time driving to Columbus and back. I never knew what these things cost until a friend of mine bought one. And he says to me, I got a deal. Only $300,000. I said, what? He said, well, yeah, it was listed at $410,000. Some of these motorhomes go for well over $1 million. I could not believe it. You have to, first of all, have deep pockets, and you have to be dedicated to living in that thing like 24/7, 365. So, my buddy and his wife, they're snowbirds. They're getting ready to head south. And what they do all winter, they come back usually like the first week of May. Let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October. No. Yeah, they come back about the first week of May. What they do, well, they'll leave Saturday morning. They will head south to Florida, and they'll stay in Florida maybe a month. And then maybe they'll stay a couple of weeks in Tennessee, a couple of weeks in Georgia, they'll go down through Louisiana, Texas. They make a big swing, and they plan it to start in Florida the first week in November, and then make their swing to leave wherever, North Carolina, so wherever they are, to come back home the first week of May. He called me today to tell me that they'll be leaving in the morning and where the emergency keys are for his house, just in case something happens. So I asked him, I said, are you going to swing by with the motorhome before you leave? He said, no, it's downtown at the tire shop. Getting brand new tires. I says, oh, how nice. What kind of tires are you putting on it? He said, oh, Michelin's, of course. Okay, I got Michelin's on the Passat. They're not as good as they were 40 years ago, but okay, Michelin's. Where's my note? Oh, there it is. Is that my note? That's my note. Okay. 8 tires. Mounting, balancing, tacks. Take a guess. Do 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 boom do 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 dum dum boom boom. Time to guess. 8 Michelin truck tires, mounting, balancing, and sales tax. Nobody wants to venture a guess? My buddy just put 8 new Michelin truck tires on his bus motorhome. Mounting, balancing, sales tax. Take a guess. Kathy says 10. Runbo says 8. $12,312.09. I almost shit myself. $12,312 for tires. That cured me of ever wanting to own a bus. That's what it is, a bus. A motorhome bus. Yeah, he told me the Michelin tires were like $1,200 a piece. And he had to order them because whatever tire he wanted, nobody within Ohio and surrounding states carried. He had to order them from Michelin. And luckily, they showed up today. because he's leaving tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I asked him, I says, how much fuel does your tank hold? 110 gallons. Diesel is like 3.25 a gallon. And they're going to be basically motoring throughout the southern states for 5.5, 6 months. Now, luckily, he's a member of this motor coach association. And on their route are campgrounds where they stay for free. And I think he said they can stay 3 weeks. Now, when you've got one of these buses, it's not like camping. You don't get up and, you're not setting up a tent and, you're not chopping firewood. You pull up, you put the awning out, you put the lawn chairs out. There you are. Now, he does carry firewood so that they can make a fire, in the fire ring and sit by the fire at night. This thing is laid out better than some mansions. It is unbelievable. It even has a washer and dryer. It has a bathtub shower with a jacuzzi. A jacuzzi in a motorhome. I was like, boy, that's roughing it, man. Yeah, I think he said he carries 200 gallons of water. Oh, Rudy showed up. I mean, I got to do a walkthrough. This thing is utterly unbelievable. Has a it's kind of neat. It in the countertop, you take the blender jar out of the cupboard and you drop it in the countertop, and it's got the motor is built into the countertop for a blender. I can't remember what other items. It has a a three-way microwave, air fryer, convection oven, big refrigerator with freezer and ice maker, multiple mood lighting setups. It has the whole roof is solar plates, so you can use battery power, which is charged by the solar panels. You can run a generator, or you can plug into an outlet at the campground. Three-way power. And the neat thing I like is every window has motorized shades. You push a button, down the shades come. Oh, 100% privacy. Push a button, up go the shades. I would just like to go with him. Although I don't think I could bring boots with me. I'll tell him, hey, I'll sleep on the couch. I don't care. Yeah, the neat thing about that thing is you pull in, you pull into your campsite spot, put it in park, hit the air brake, there you go. Put out a couple of lawn chairs, and they call it what? Glamping, glamour camping. No setting up no tent, making a charcoal fire to cook on. Oh, no. You can be making filet mignon inside. But when he told me that price for tires, I was like, holy shit. I said, after changing 8 of those tires, breaking them down, mounting the new ones, balancing, I said, I hope you tip the guy. He goes, yeah, I give him $100. Fuck, for $100, I'd have changed them tires. But like I say, he's got money. I'll tell you what. He has never flaunted his money. You wouldn't know that he's worth a gazillion dollars, except for this motorhome. He don't drive fancy cars. They don't live in a big fancy house. They just live in a big fancy motorhome 6 months of the year. Uh, believe me, if I had that thing, I would hit every area I ever wanted to see. Grand Canyon, Smoky Mountains, Everglades, stop and pet an alligator. Go down and catch Mardi Gras. Go into Texas and catch a few rodeos. I could probably pick a spot in every state that I wanted to see. Like when I went to Milwaukee to pick up my Harley. That was the only thing in Milwaukee I wanted to see was the Harley plant. And I did. But it would be fun to have one of them and just go where you want. Grand Canyon. I would love to see the Grand Canyon. Drive through the Smoky Mountains, you know. Although it would be a little hard to take that bus on the tail of the dragon. I don't think you could do that with a bus. I could swing by and drive past Kathy's house and blow the air horns. Try to pull that motorhome in her driveway. Actually, I would just like a little one. A little, I don't know if they still make the small ones. You know, they used to make the small ones like on the Ford Econoline van chassis, but a shorty. I don't want no big, I would just need one big enough for me and Boots. And then I could, I could go up to Rhode Island, visit my cousin, go to Milwaukee and visit my niece, go out to Scottsdale and visit my childhood friend, wave at Ron while I'm driving by. I told you, I missed out on an ex U-Haul Toyota motorhome. The guy had it for sale, and the price was right. And it was one of the few that had a 5-speed in it. Most of them were automatics. And I had the money in my pocket. And he went, no, I got somebody coming to look at it in the morning. I was like, hey, I got money talks, buddy, right here. I got money. He said, no, this guy called me and he can't get here till the morning. and I'm standing in his driveway, going, I got money. I got money. I got money. Look, money. Cash. He said no. If the other guy don't want it, I'll call you. And I'm waving this in his face. Look, smell them. They're crisp. They're brand new. Smell them. Cash. Right here. Cash. Smelled them. I'm waving them under his nose because they were brand new bills. Brand new bills. He said, no. I said, last chance. No. And then the asshole that showed up in the morning bought it. Oh, I was so pissed off. By the way, that's stage money. Not the real thing. I bought several stacks. And I had one of those shooters where you load in a stack and then you push a button and it shoots money all over the place. I did it for a birthday party. I stood back behind everybody and then I was shooting $100 bills all over the room. And people were like, holy shit. Then they looked at them real close. You could tell they're not the real thing. But they look like the real thing. Here, I'll show you one. Okay. Looks like the real thing, right? Oh. Until you see this. Stage money. But if you cover that up, except for up here, that's another giveaway that it's stage money. I got probably, oh hell, there's probably $5,000 in this pouch. I keep it in a first aid kit. Yeah, there's probably 5,000 in here, if not more. I ordered, you can get stacks of this shit off of Temu for a couple of bucks. I ordered a pile. The only problem was, dumbass me, when I left the party, I forgot to take the shooter with me, and it vanished. The next morning I called and I said, hey, did you see my money shooter? No. It was on the kitchen counter. No. Yeah, somebody walked off with my money shooter. Those things are cool. Pull a trigger and shoot $100 bills all over the room. It was like $15 or $18 off of Temu. You buy the shooter and then you buy the money. And people were going crazy until they realized it was stage money. I was like, yeah, I'm going to shoot $1,000 in real money. They also have, I think it was like $20. It's a gift box. And it's got a money shooter in it. And when you unwrap the paper on the top, it blows bills straight up in the air. It's triggered by when you unwrap the paper. People are sitting there going, holy shit, look at his money going everywhere. But the money shooter is cool. Because you just pull the trigger. And it just shoots the stage money out. If you were rich, you could load it with real money. It's amazing what you can buy off of Temu. They carry, if you could think of, imagine it, they probably sell it. Yeah, next time you're on Temu, Kathy, look up money shooter or something like that. And it'll have a couple different ones. And then the money. You can buy it in like 10, 20s, 50s, 100s. And you get a stack for a couple bucks a stack. I ordered a shitload. Like I say, they're probably more than $5,000 in that little envelope. I don't dare flash it. Like these kids when they're doing their rap music and they're flashing them. I don't need to get robbed. Yeah, the money shooters, they got 3 or 4 different kinds. I bought the cheap one. It was like $12. And then the stack of money is $2.50 or $3 a stack. It was neat for the birthday party because everybody was around the guest. And I stood back in the corner, and then when he blew out the candles, I pulled the trigger. And there were $100 bills going all over the room. Then when people realized they were phony, they almost ran me out of the party. But it was a neat gimmick because nobody expected it. All of a sudden, I just started shooting money all over the place. But the gift box is cool because it's pre-wrapped and it says, pull tab A and then pull tab B, and when you pull tab B, the money shoots right up out of it. It would be cool for a little kid's party until he realized it wasn't real money. Although you could always go to the bank and get, $50 in singles, nice brand new bills, because it will shoot real money, providing it's new. That would be cool for a little kid's party. Put in $50 in singles. Open the present and brrr, singles blow out all over the room. Of course, then the kid would be, Aunt Kathy, can you refill it, please? No. I'm not refilling it. Have a nice day. Yeah, I'll refill it. Here's some stage money. Well, the bolts got here today for the axle, right from the VW Overstock warehouse. So when I take it up to get the brakes done, I get these brand new bolts installed and torqued in, and that'll take care of that axle. I've been driving it, but real slow. Although I'm not hearing no noises. And it's going right up to 190 and holding temperature, so it figures I order the fan clutch and I don't need it, but I'll put it in the trunk just in case. Although maybe I'll just ask Ryan how much to put that thing on and get it over with. So hopefully it's nothing too serious with the brakes. Be my luck. Well, you need everything. And then that's it. Basically, put them axle bolts in, get the brakes straightened around, and I'm good to go. That's hopefully the last of the bugs. At least it's got good heat. Makes me happy. And a surprising thing is how well insulated that car is. He was supposed to be here like this week. Although they've been working, I don't know what kind of company he works for, but he said they've been getting a shitload of overtime, and he's been volunteering for all the overtime he can get. So I'm not too worried, but I would like to see if it'll start. Oh, my neighbors and my ex would shit if they saw that vet in my driveway. I could see my son's mother pull in the driveway and go, "What the hell's he doing with a Corvette?" What would anybody do with a Corvette? Drive it. Although the more I think about it, that kind of scares me. I mean, the Passat sat 4 years. The vet has sat 6. Although you never know. Could put a battery in it and it could fire right up. Then all I have to do is get the 4 flat tires aired up. Get it towed home. I wouldn't chance driving it until I went through it. But if it started up and it goes into gear and the clutch is all right, I could have me a summer convertible. A red summer convertible with shitty paint. Oh, the paint's nasty on that car. Oh, God. All the clear coats delaminated. There's a couple of spots where even the red paint has delaminated off the fiberglass. Although me, I don't give a shit. I'll take a rattle can, get a can of red paint from Homeless Depot. There. Yeah, he told me when he is ready to head up here, he'll call me. Because he lives an hour and a half away. Because I talked to him the beginning of October. And he said he was going to try to be here the end of the month. Because he's been working a shitload of overtime. I said, well, suck that overtime up, buddy. The holidays are coming. Although, I don't think he's married. Although that don't mean shit nowadays. You know, Kathy, you know, back in our day, we didn't live with somebody. You made it legal. Nowadays, younger generation, they go on a dating app. They chat online for a week. They meet, and a week later they're living together. God, if our grandparents could see the way young kids are today, they'd be rolling over in their graves. You know, I would not trust these dating apps if I was a young female, because on a chat, a video chat, the guy could look like an angel, like a god. And then meet him, and he turns out to be a serial killer. Did you, Ron, Kathy, did you see the news clip of the president meeting the Korean president? When he got off the plane, the Korean band was playing the theme from Hawaii Five-0, and Trump was dancing to it. Jesus Christ, Japan, he dances to YMCA. Yesterday, he dances to a theme from Hawaii Five-0. And then the Korean president gives him a golden crown. Holy shit! Now he will think he's king. I can see him in the Oval Office wearing that crown. It'll match all the gaudy gold in the place. The Japanese prime minister gave him a gold-plated golf club and a gold-plated golf ball. Yeah. He looked like a jerk in the news conference. I can't remember. Just before he left, he was doing a news conference in the Oval Office. And the reporter from CNN asked him a kind of negative question. And Trump went, "Who is that?" And he went, "Me, CNN. You got a crappy news channel. You're not a goddamn reporter. As a matter of fact, get out of the room." And he threw him out. Anybody that says anything against him or his policy, he throws him out. Yeah, threw the reporter right out of the Oval Office. Told him, get out of the room. Get. And they escorted him out. I feel sorry for all the people on Medicare and with SNAP cards, because as of November 1, no money. Your food card will be worthless. The money runs out tomorrow night. So I would advise anybody that's got a food card, go do shopping before tomorrow night, midnight, because there won't be no money left. And he's blaming it on the Democrats. Well, goddamn Democrats, they're keeping this shutdown going. I'll tell you what, I compliment every Democrat for standing up against him. He wants a one-party system. That's what he wants. He don't want no Democratic Party. Everybody Republican. Yeah, tomorrow night at midnight. That's it. If you try to use a food card November 1st, my birthday, no money. The food cards will be no good. And that we've got a couple of food banks here in the area. They're all out of food. Didn't I like this? You know, we can't have food cards, but we can put a $300 million ballroom on the White House. As a matter of fact, there's a little flack about that now, because that technically was supposed to be approved by Congress. And Trump just called them in and went, tear it down, start building the ballroom that we're only going to use like 6 or 7 times a year. What a waste. Goddamn ballroom will be bigger than the White House. I hope everybody that voted for him is happy. Because, boy, he just going off the deep end. Especially, oh, boy, did he piss off the Japanese Prime Minister when he hugged her. Oh, the look on her face. Like, what the hell's he doing? Putting his hands on me. I'm surprised the security didn't step in. samurai sword, chop off his arm. Whack! Woo! That's enough for politics. Oh, what the hell was I watching this morning? There was some Western on. Bronco. I haven't seen Bronco since I was a little kid. Bronco. And then after Bronco was good old Death Valley days. I watched a police chase video that took place last year in Ohio, down in southern Ohio. And this guy was in a Ford F-350 pickup. And he literally drove over the top of a police car. And unfortunately, because there was an officer inside of it, on top of it. The officer ended up with a traumatic brain injury and had to retire on a medical. But the guy drove right over the top of the goddamn Explorer. So they gave him, life in prison, but big deal. Look what he did to that poor officer. Yeah, the officer was sitting in an intersection getting ready to basically pull out and follow him. And the guy crossed lanes of traffic and drove right up over the top of the police car. And it was caught on dash cam. The car that was chasing him got the whole thing on dash cam, man. And he took a couple of pot shots at the officers, and they took a couple of pot shots back. They took him to the hospital and patched him all up. Now we're going to have to support him for the rest of his life. It was like Trotwood, Ohio. I think that was the suburb, Trotwood, if I remember it right. I'll have to look it up. Oh, Kathy, it was deadly. Oh, God. when he veered across, right up over the top of that Explorer. Because he was doing about 60, 70 miles an hour. And he hit that car, and the truck it went up in the air and crushed that goddamn Explorer. It's surprising. There have been a lot of pursuits in Ohio lately. People going wacky. People are nuts. And they know they're not going to outrun the police. Especially in Arkansas. Oh. Arkansas, they have the legendary Birdman. Officer Jason Bird, the pit specialist. The man, the myth, the legend. Nobody gets away from the Birdman. No, and am I pissed? And they're still blowing them stop signs. I know one thing. There better be one Monday. Because if not, I'll be right up at the district asking for the commander. Where's that traffic car you promised? Yeah, the Birdman. There are a lot of YouTube channels that have police chases with the Birdman. Matter of fact, I watched one, about a week ago. It was like an hour and a half compilation of the Birdman chasing and doing pit maneuvers. And he is good. He is, now I see why they call him the legend. He did a couple of pit maneuvers at 140 miles an hour and never lost control of his cruiser. Never. Just pull up alongside, boom. Isn't he good, Kathy? And did you ever see that female trooper? Escandia or something her name is? She's Samoan. She looks like she's a linebacker for a football team. She is deadly. She's number 2 behind the Birdman. It's like Escandia or Escambia. She looks like a guy because she pulls her hair back and puts it like in a bun. And when she gets out, oh, man, she looks like Godzilla. I saw her jump out of the car, leap over the hood, bust out a window, and pull the guy out of the car before anybody else stopped. As a matter of fact, she has been Officer of the Year, I think last year. Her name's Escambia or Escandia or something. Yeah, isn't she a beast? But boy, she don't take no shit from nobody. I couldn't believe it was a female. She bails out of that cruiser, breaks the windows, reaches in, pull the people out of the car, throw them on the ground, handcuff them. The officers are like, you need any help? No, got it covered. Yeah, she's Samoan. But yeah, looks like a sumo wrestler. But I'll tell you what, behind the Birdman, she's number 2. And boy, she is a pit specialist too. Arkansas got 2 wonderful officers down there. The Birdman and the sumo wrestler. Matter of fact, it took 2 or 3 videos before I realized it was a female. But that one where she did a pit maneuver, the car came to a stop. She bailed out of her cruiser, up over the hood of his car, busted out the window, reached in and dragged him through the door, threw him on the ground, had him handcuffed before the backups arrived. Because I got a good laugh when the officer, need any help? Yeah, got it handled. Amazing. It's like, I can't remember, Escandia, Escambria, something like that. But she pulls her hair real tight, and it's in like a little sumo wrestler bun. But she looks like she could play tackle for the Denver Broncos. Big girl. I enjoy watching Arkansas. I'll tell you, those officers amaze me. Going down the freeway at 150 miles an hour, one-handed on the steering wheel. I'd be like a death grip. Because the in-car camera shows them. And then in the corner, the GPS is 146, 148, 153, you know, and they're just do. driving like they're doing 40 miles an hour. Although I could guarantee the maintenance department for the Arkansas State Troopers have them cars dead on the money. Wheels balanced, perfect alignments. Because when them cars are cranking at 150 miles an hour, the camera don't even shake. Isn't it amazing, Ron? 150 miles an hour, one-handed, either talking on the radio or, typing on the computer. I would like to see their training facility. I bet you it's top-notch. Although all the officers, them state troopers, 140, 150, they're all one-handed. Although they've wiped out a couple of Chargers. I know the Birdman wrecked his one night. He rammed the guy. He T-boned the guy. Matter of fact, he knocked the left front wheel off the guy's car. And the guy's trying to get away. He jumped out of his cruiser and ran after him. The Birdman. The man, the myth, the legend. I like watching a couple hours of his videos. I like it when little podunk police departments, they'll get in a police chase and they'll say, "Is the Birdman working? We got a chase. We got a pursuit." And then he comes out of nowhere. There was one, they chased this guy for like half hour, 45 minutes. And the Birdman took over the lead and ended the pursuit in 3 minutes. Pulled up along the guy, boom, giving pit maneuver, sent the guy off in the weeds. Then he walks up, he looks at his car like, "Oh, okay, no damage here, and all right, we're good." Oh, hang on, text message. Who's texting me? Text message. Oh. Okay. We're probably going to end in like 10 minutes or so. My buddy's on his way over here. He says he has something for me. Oh boy. Maybe it's a birthday gift. A pile of money. Not. I couldn't get that lucky. I wonder what he's got. I've got something for you. Okay. I like gifts. Speaking of, I got to get my key fob cut and programmed. Because I don't know what went haywire with the original key fob. The batteries only last like 2 days. And then the sucker's dead. I don't know what's wrong with it. Not that I use the power, locks that often, but yeah, the other key fob, I put batteries in it. 2 days later, they're dead. So I got to get this cut and programmed and whatever. All right, Rudy. Catch you tomorrow. That's all right. We're going to be cutting it short here. Oh, did you order one? Did you go on that? Did I ever give you that website where I bought this one from? Because I only paid $12.50 for this key fob. The dealer wanted a goddamn $75. Remotes.com. Yeah. www.remotes.com. That's where I got it from. $12.50 was on sale. Factory brand new original. Me? Really? Oh boy. Postal carrier, FedEx, UPS, SpeedX, GoFo, Uni. Who's your shipper? Uni? Yeah, like the last one. Are you GoFo? No, Uni. Here, package. Yesterday I got four packages from GoFo. Oh, good. She'll ring my bell. Whenever there's a package, she rings the doorbell and puts it neatly in the milk chute. That way, no porch pirates. Oh. Another sign for the front porch. Hopefully they can read it. Do you think it makes a point? Stop. Do not leave packages here. I'm going to put this out tomorrow because it was raining today. And if I get a delivery to my front porch, I'm going to go ballistic. That came yesterday, Gofo. Hopefully, they read English. It's sad. I have printed signs all over the door. Delivery to side door. Do not leave packages here. And then I've got that sign with the arrow that says, delivery, side door. And then I had to go out and buy another goddamn sign to keep them from putting packages on my front porch. No, because it's going to be hanging from the cable that goes across my front porch. It'll be right next to the sign that says, deliver packages to side door. Like I say, when they delivered my alternator, they put it right under the sign. And then took a picture. They actually put it under the sign and took a picture to show they delivered it. And I wrote them a nasty email and I sent a picture right back to them, showing the alternator on the front porch under the sign that says, deliver to side door. Well, that's because people assume you're open 24/7. Yeah, people are ignorant. They'll read the sign, on the door, hours, 8 to 5, 10 minutes after 5. Knock, hey, anybody in there? We're closed. That's because people think that you're going to cater to them. Oh, well, you closed at 5. It's 5:15. I see you in there. I see you. When I used to work part-time at the hardware store, we closed at 6. I used to count the register at the counter. It never failed. 6:15, people beating on the door. I see you in there. We're closed. You're in there. I see you. Finally, it got to going. I counted money in the back room. I would be, closing out the register, getting the tape, counting the money. People banging on the door. I see you in there. Open, open. We're closed. You're still there. I would just wave them off. Then they would complain to the owner. And the owner would say, well, what time were you here? Well, about 6:15. We're closed. Well, he was in there. We're closed. Oh, yeah, they'd call the owner. Hey, he would not open the door. Well, yeah, because he was counting money. It got to be the point right at 6 o'clock, I would hit the register for the daily tally. I would rip the tape off, pull the cash drawer, get the charge card receipts, and run to the back room. And you'd hear people beating on the door. I know you're in there. Your truck is in the driveway. Big sign on the door. Closed. Big one. It was like 12 by 12. Closed. Here's a good one, Kathy. I felt sorry for a guy one day. I let him in. You know what he bought? A 99-cent roller cover. One roller. Yeah. I unlocked the door for 99 cents. After that, screw it. Yeah, he's beating on the door. I need something. I unlock the door. He goes over by the paint, picks up a 99-cent roller cover. I need this. That's it. 99 cents? Never again. Never again. Text message. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay. I guess it's time to play some ending music. He'll be here in 5 minutes. Oh, the tablet just... Oh! Oh, there. Whew. I was going to say, goddamn tablet. Oh, it's got 70% battery. Wow. We know where, right here. WDWL TV. All right, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your evening. My postal carrier doesn't get here till 4. So I'll wait until showtime to open it. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. See ya. Okay, take 2.